Good afternoon, my name is Kira McCoy, and this is my Colt starting Groundwork and Phase 1 video for spring of 2023. This is Milo, who is a 3-year-old Bay filly. We follow the TQA guidelines, which has the goal of eliminating resistance while doing a job by attaining the training trifecta, which is foundation, task completion, and temperament. In TQA, we use these score sheets to help us track where our horses are in training. We score them from a -3 to a +3. -3 meaning they need a lot of work, and +3 meaning they could fill in for an inexperienced owner or rider. As you can see, these are Milo's score sheets, and as you've noticed, they are a bit more ahead. I am a bit behind in my videos, which I apologize for. So these videos are a bit older in what Milo is looking like right now. Some important terms to note before we begin the video is willing submission, which is after initial cue, the horse performs the task on a loose rein with no leg pressure. It is the horse's idea. And the other one is horizontal direction. When slack is taken out of the reins, the horse puts slack back into the reins with suppleness through the poll and loin. For good to catch, I gave her a +2. She just lets me walk up to her and catch her. And we always make sure to put the rope around their neck, because if they do want to move away, we at least have a hold of them by their neck. And I did speed this up to make it a bit quicker. For good to lead, I gave her a +1. I really do like the fact when she feels the pressure on the rope, she does move forward, but she sometimes does take a few more steps after I stop, so we're working on that a bit more. So as you can see right there, she feels the little pressure and she moves off of it, which we really like to see. For horizontal direction, I gave her a +1. And for stage 4, I gave her a +1, and stage 4 can be defined as stopping the inside hind foot and moving the other feet forward around it. And for stage 1, I gave her a +2, which can be defined as stopping the inside front foot and having the other feet move forward around it. I gave her a +2 for the stage 1 because all I need to do is put my hand back and she moves her hind around, which is the goal. For stage 3, I gave her a +1, which can be defined as lateral movement of the front and hind feet together. And for stage 2, I also gave her a +1, which is the hind quarters pulling the horse in a reverse motion. For stage 1 in a crisis, I gave her a +2, and the goal of this is for them to face us without any pressure on the rope. And as you can see, she isn't pulling on that rope, she's just turning and facing me. And right here, she thinks for a second that she wants to go around me, and I put a little pressure on, and then she thinks, and then she steps back and relaxes, which is nice to see. For saddling, I gave her a +2. She's really great at this, and what I've been working on is just preparing for her to be tied up saddling. So I've been having my friend hold her, and just in case I need to grab the rope, I can just grab it from her really quickly, and she will let go. But she does really great at this, and I just sped this up just to make it quicker for the video. For bridling, I gave her a 0. We've definitely improved a lot on our bridling since this video. As you can see, she's definitely a little bit unwilling and kind of not wanting the bridle in her face, but I'm just waiting for her to drop her head. And right there, she did take in the bridle. I didn't mean for her to take the bridle in. I wanted her to relax a bit more, but she did just bite onto it, so I took what I could get. For horizontal direction, standing in and away, I gave her a +1, and the goal of this is to get them to look towards us a little bit and then ask with our hand towards their back cinch to move their hind around us. This is just to prepare them for riding. And I do apologize, right here in these next few clips, there is a finger in them. Me and the camera lady did not look back on these videos and notice that, so that is our bad. And when you're doing the away turns, always make sure that before you ask that you have their head in the correct direction, because it just makes it a lot easier on them, especially when they're first learning. So as you can see right there, I showed her what direction and then I asked. And for on the side to the left, I gave her a +1. We go on the side first just to make sure that they're comfortable for us being on top of them and kind of preparing to ride still. And I gave her a +1 on this side because she kind of moves around a lot more and isn't doing the stage 1. She's kind of like moving forward a lot more. But on the side to the right, I gave her a +2 because she does stage 1 much better. And this is just to make sure that we can double them in both direction before we get on, because the double is our stop. So it's super important for us to have that before we get on. But for standing it on, I gave her a +2. And for doubling standing, I also gave her a +2. And doubling is pretty much just asking for stage 1. It's also the main way we stop colts. It's moving the hind around and making sure that we just have a way to stop them and they're responding to the rein pressure. For doubling at a walk, I gave her a +1. She kind of has the thought to root, so we're really working on making sure that we prevent that from happening, but she's been doing really great lately. For doubling at a trot, I gave her a +2, and as you can see, I was there pushing Milo forward, and that's just to help these colts move out. Since they're pretty new to riding, we're just trying to get them comfortable with us being on top of them and being used to the bridle. They don't also need to get used to us bothering them on the sides a bunch too. So for doubling at elope, I gave her a +1. But for moving out soft in elope, I gave her a +2 because she really does move out nice and soft. Her doubling at elope, though, is a little bit clumsy at times. We're working on it, and it's definitely gone way better, and that one was a way better double. And for stage 1 into stage 2, we gave her a +1. And as a reminder, stage 2 is the hindquarters pulling the horse in reverse motion. For front feet, I gave her a 0, and for the back feet as well, I gave her a 0. We've definitely improved a lot. I just need to work more on holding them up higher and for longer. She's still a little bit iffy on the offside as well, so picking them up too high, she does get a little bit bothered, so I'm just trying to get the small victories. So right here for her back foot, she's pretty stubborn about picking it up, so I'm just waiting here, putting pressure on it, just waiting to get a different response. And then when she finally picks it up, I just put it back down because that's a pretty good win for her. And that is it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.